hello friends. We start a new and one of the most important topic of the 12th class, that is the calculus. The calculus begins with the differentiation. Okay, so the fifth chapter is there, continuity and differentiability. Continuity and differentiability. So we start with this chapter. Is it clear? So as there is a one very famous proverb in mathematics, okay, that if students have good in triple C, means calculus, complex and coordinates, then he can clear all the examination. Okay, means they will be good in maths. Clear? So you just make perfect your calculus. So we start that calculus part you started in the last year. So continuity in differentiability that we had to study. So before starting continuity, you should know the limit of a function. Limit of a function. So in the algebra, the relation and function, what the function we studied, there is a little connection with that. Okay, so I am telling you just in a very simple manner. You know one thing, in a mathematics, we can divide the whole numbers basically in two categories. Yes, basically in two categories. One is called constant and another is called variable. Okay, so one is called constant and another is called variable. So all the numbers we can divide in two basic category. So constant, you know, two types. Okay, constant also two types, means we can have absolute constant and second is arbitrary constant. Clear? See, in a particular equation, when you write say you equation of a parabola, you studied y square equal to 4ax, equation of a circle x square plus y square equal to a square, simple circle whose center in a origin. So here you know y and x, these are variable, here also x and y, these are variable, but what is 4? That 4 is a constant, and what is a? A is also constant. So here 4 is a absolute constant and a is a arbitrary constant. So arbitrary constants are those value that treated like a variable, okay, but their value will be fixed. As you know, in a quadratic equation generally we used to write ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So here x square and x are variable, a, b, c are arbitrary constants. Clear? And also we can divide the variable in two categories. One is called independent variable, and another is dependent variable. Say if I am writing an equation very simple, y is equal to 3x plus 4, suppose. Okay, so in this equation you can put the values of x under its domain. So we can put x equal to any value, okay, because x belongs to R here. So we can put any value for x, then from the value of x we can get the value of y. So x is a independent variable and y is depending variable. Okay, y depends upon x. So depending variable is called the function, means y is the function of x, that you studied. In the previous chapter also we studied, and 11th class also we studied. So y depends upon x, so we can say the y is a function of x. So we have seen the variety of function that we will discuss later on again. Okay, so many functions we have seen. Then in 11th class, one of the very important topic we studied, the limit of a function. Limit of a function and how to solve the limit. Okay, so when we used to write like this, this is called the limit of a function. Sometimes when the function is not defined a particular value, we can define the limit also, and we also know how to find the limit. Okay, so what is that? There are certain methods to find the limit. Just take a recall. One of them is the factorization method, and you also studied substitution method, and third one you studied rationalization method. Rationalization. Okay, that you studied in 11th class. And one more method, that is direct formulae was there, that we will discuss. Some direct formulae. Okay, to direct formulae to the limits. So let's see one by one just for a revision. Today we will discuss only the revision part of the 11th class, then we will start the next video. Okay, the continuity, because this is very necessary, and once again I am telling you, this is one of the most important topic that leads the foundation. If your foundation of the calculus will be strong, then it will be very easy for you in the further studies. Clear? So go deep, as much deep is possible in that particular chapters. It's one of the most important chapters. Okay, just don't be limit up to the NCERT questions. In these chapter you have to study a lot of questions. Okay, only studying NCERT question is not sufficient for these chapters. Clear? So just take a revision. Factorization method. Okay, let's see one example. Suppose we have a function like this, and you have to find its limit. See, generally in limit chapter the question will be challenging only if you got, when you put this value you get 0 by 0, then only the limit questions are challenging, then you have to solve this. Okay, so you know this, when you simple function is there, this function is not defined at x equal to 2. Okay, but we can get its limiting value. So just find the factors of numerator as well as denominator. So when you find the factors, what shall you get? In numerator, just factorize this, we can factorize this. Okay, that you know. So here we will get x common, x minus 2, here we can take 1 with minus sign common, x minus 2, and we got a 2 factors in numerator, and this one will cancelled out. So we have this simple. Now you can put the value of x equal to 2. Now putting x equal to 2, what shall we get? 2 minus 1 equal to 1. So its limit is 1. Clear? So this method you studied in 11th class. Second one is the substitution method. The same question we can get with the substitution method. Okay, in a substitution method, what we use to substitute, we take x is equal to, suppose h plus 2 or h minus 2, whatever, h plus 2 is better. So when x is approaching towards 2, so h will approach towards 0. Okay, so this is the substitution method. So we will get limit h tends to 0. Instead of x you have to put h plus 2, thrice of h plus 2 clear. So we will get limit h tends to 0. Just see what shall we get when simplify this, h square plus 4h plus 4 minus 3h minus 6 plus 2 divided by h. On solving this you will get, just see, 4 plus 2 6 minus 6, that will be cancelled out, 4h minus 3h will get h. So h square plus h divided by h. Okay, here you can take h common, 1 h, that will be cancelled out. So now you can put h equal to 0, you will get 1. So answer will be same. Two different methods are there that we studied in 11th class. Okay children, now the third method is the rationalization method. If in a fraction, if there is some irrational type of fraction, then you can rationalize that. Okay, if there is a root like this and something plus minus like this, so you just rationalize this factor and then solve. Clear? This also, if any question will come in continuity, that we will discuss that example. And fourth one, there are certain formulas. So let's see some formulas. and that also you have proved this formula. So one of them I am taking this formula, x tends to 0, sine of x by x, that will be 1. Remember, x is in radian here. X is in radian. Okay, the second formula that you studied, limit x tends to 0, cos of x equal to 1. The third one, limit x tends to 0, tan x by x, that is also 1. One more formula, that is limit x tends to 0, e to the power x minus 1 upon x, that is also 1. Clear? You know this is the exponential term. Exponential will have a specific series, it is called exponential series. So e to the power x, you can write 1 x square by factorial 2, x cube by factorial 3, x to the power 4 by factorial 4, and so on. This is called exponential term. So when you take limit x tends to 0, a to the power x minus 1 by x is equal to 1. Okay. Limit x tends to n, x to the power n, x tends to a, x to the power n minus a to the power n divided by x minus a, that you have n a to the power n minus 1. Then limit x tends to 0. Next one, limit x tends to 0, log of x plus 1 divided by x is equal to 1. Clear? And one more that you have studied, limit x tends to 0, a to the power x minus 1 upon x, that is log of a to the base e. Okay. So these are the some direct formulae that we will use in this chapter also. If any solving any continuity problem, the continuity problem is also based on the limit only. That's why we use these type of formulae directly. You just practice from the 11th class book. Okay, and then you have the concept of left hand limit and right hand limit. Okay, so there is a one request, children, from you. If you have any doubt in a particular limit problem, that sometime it may happen that basically you have not solved in 11th class, don't be hesitate, you just ask. Okay, we will take 2-3 different videos for the limit questions. Okay, if you have any doubt in the limits part, okay, in the 11th class, because without knowing limit you cannot understand. So please if you have any doubt, so just ask. Is it clear? So I am finishing the old part in this video only, but if you have doubt, so we can make some 2-3 extra videos for that to clarify those doubts. Okay, so you just be interactive. I am telling again, before also I told you, be interactive for that. Okay, just keep ask questions. So left hand limit and right hand limit, what is its meaning? So if just see, suppose x equal to a here, so we can approach towards a from two sides. We can approach from this side also, we can approach from this side also. Okay, so if you are taking any value just near to this side, left hand side, so that is written like this. This is called left hand limit. And if you are taking any value just near to right side of this is called right side limit. Okay, and we also studied if the left hand limit and right hand limit of any functions are equal, then only the limit is called, it is in exist. Okay, means the limit is in existence. Okay, so limit exists only if these two equal. Left hand limit is right hand limit equal, then the limit will exist. So these we studied in the 11th class. You just go revision. Okay, we start from the next class continuity. Okay, so all the best, keep learning.